This is Victor Conti here for all you elite athletes and others that are looking for a great night's sleep and accelerating healing and tissue repair. ZMA5, sweet dreams.
Hello everybody, Marcos Villegas being joined here with Mike Lee, who's challenging for the IBF Super Middleweight title July 20th, right? 20th. 20th.
Yeah,
I'm thinking 26 because Tank has a date on the 26th. But
he? Okay.
He does. But nevertheless, Mike Lee challenging for the IBF Super Middleweight title against Caleb Plant on this Fox card. It's a big platform to showcase your skills, but an even bigger challenge in Caleb Plant, a guy who's very technical, very slick in there with his jab. What do you make of that style that he brings, and is it something that you've seen before in the ring?
Yeah, of course. I've seen that style. I've fought against it. I've sparred against it. I mean, as I said in the press conference, I got nothing but respect for Caleb as a fighter. I mean, everybody that steps in that ring, I have respect for. I mean, it takes a lot to hop in that ring in front of thousands of people, millions on TV. But I took this fight because I knew I could win in my heart. I knew that I had the power and the strength to do it, and I was the bigger guy, and that I could impose my will, and that's what July 20th is going to be all about.
With that move down, you mentioned it was because this opportunity was presented to you, but talk to me about like how is the actual move down? Like what are you going to do in terms of like the diet plan, and how is your body feeling, or do you think it will feel with moving down in weight?
I think it feels great. I mean, my last fight I weighed in at 173. I haven't had any issues. I hired a new team to really get me down to 168. So, you know, the beauty of the sport is I got to hit 168 and then I'm good, you know, and obviously we have the next day weigh-in, and then I'll be 78. But after that, I can keep hydrating. So it's not something I'm really worried about. If anything, I see it as an advantage. I mean, listen, any fighter here knows that weight cut's not fun. You know, it's not the most fun part of the sport. So I'm not looking forward to it necessarily, but it's nothing new. It's something I've done 21 fights, and now we just need to dial in a little bit more.
How was that light heavyweight weight cut for you?
Well, it wasn't bad. Yeah, not bad. Nothing I really had to kill myself for. You know, I definitely worked for it, but so that's why I felt confident about 68.
You know, I know a lot of fighters in combat sports, like the weight cut is they make a massive cut, sometimes losing 5, 6, 7, 8, even 10 pounds the night before. It's not something that you're going to have to go in that territory, given you're the bigger guy for this, is it?
No, not at all. And you'll see. I mean, I won't come in. You'll notice right away I'm not going to be depleted. I'm going to look strong. And so, you know, mark my words, I've got this dialed in. I've known about this fight for a long time. I signed this contract a long time ago. We're just announcing it today, but I've already begun that whole system, weight cut. I know exactly what we're going to do.
Given that you've had some extra time now to study Caleb Plant, what'd you make of his title win over Uzcategui?
I thought it was a great win. Like I said, I have respect for all the fighters that come into this. You know, I don't know. I didn't watch it live, to be honest, but when I did watch it, I thought it was a good win. I thought it looked like he got tired towards the end there, and Uzcategui kind of didn't press him enough. But, hey, he became champion, man. I got nothing but respect for that.
He's in a very competitive division right now, but you were also rated very high at light heavyweight, I think up to like number 3. Why did this make more sense instead of just biding your time and maybe getting a crack at 175 where you're a little bit more comfortable weight-wise?
I wanted to challenge myself. You know, I think 168 was something that it was a great challenge for me, and I knew that Caleb was an opponent that I could come in there and impose my will. You know, and if anything, a lot of these 175 pounders definitely have a lot more power. I've been hit by them, and I hit like them. So I like the idea of coming down in weight class. I think as long as I do it the right way, I see it as a huge advantage.
Last year, you only had one fight. Why was that? I know a lot of fans have mentioned that they feel like maybe you're more focused on like the film stuff, but for you, you know, why is it that you only had one fight last year?
No, I mean, and Caleb mentioned that, the acting and my CBD company. I appreciate him giving me a shout out, Soul CBD.
There you go, give it a shout out right now.
Yeah, thanks for the shout out, Caleb. But
pretty send product our way too.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, I mean, first of all, I banged up my hand that fight. We took some time off, and then we were trying to figure out the best opportunity. Honestly, I was just training, sitting around waiting for the best opportunity. I told Mike Barreo, my manager, my lawyer, I want a world title fight. You know, I'm 21-0. I'm ranked 3rd in the world. I want this title fight. And like in boxing, we got a bunch of bullshit offers, and when a world title fight came, I said, let's do it. So, that I think was the reason for the weight.
With the whole, like you mentioned, companies and film stuff, it's a lot easier to get a check without getting punched in the face.
Yeah.
So why did you decide to go back and get punched in the face?
Because I love the sport, and I want to prove to people that, if you have a dream, to go for it, no matter what anybody says. I mean, this is my dream. I want to become world champion. I've wanted to become world champion forever, and July 20th, I get to become world champion. So I think no matter what happens, through all the ups and downs, the pain, the adversity, I want to prove to people that I belong here and that everybody knows about chasing a dream, right? All the naysayers out there say I'm not good enough, I shouldn't be doing this, whatever it is. I'm 21-0 for a reason. And I've been through so much in and out of hospitals when I got really sick and told I would never fight again. And here we are standing here for a world title. So I want people to know that whatever you set your mind to, you can do it. And nothing in life worth having comes easy.
What were you sick with?
I got diagnosed with an autoimmune disease at the end of 2012. Kept me out of the ring for almost 2 years. I was in and out of hospitals in some of the worst pain of my life. I was depressed. I was literally collapsing in pain. And so doctors told me that I was done fighting. I wrote this piece for the Players Tribune all about it, but up until then I was really quiet about it. And we took almost a year and a half before I got properly diagnosed. We had no idea what was going on, and come to find out millions of people with autoimmune disease deal with that. And so since I got diagnosed and finally started getting healthier, and a lot of ups, a lot of downs, but I've won 7 fights since. And I've proven to those doctors and other people that I belong here, and that's been the most gratifying thing for me.
Has the CBD helped as well? Yeah, because I know there's a lot of resistance still with boxing because a lot of people are old school and not informed about it, but it has.
Yes, and that's why I started, Soul CBD. That's why I started my company. I started it because it really started to help me with inflammation, with anxiety, all these things that my disease was really hurting me. And so I knew that I wanted to spread the message of healing people. I hurt people for a living, but I also heal people for a living. And so that's one day when I retire way down the road, I think ultimately that'll be my dream and my vision, is helping heal people and get them out of pain.
How do you imagine yourself beating Caleb the night of July 20th?
It's all about imposing your will. It's all about, putting the pressure on and making it my fight. That's what I've done all 21 fights. That's what I'll do for my 22nd fight. I got 12 rounds to break them down. So that's my plan.
Mike, thank you so much, man. I really appreciate it. Great chatting with you.
Thank you.
And I hope everything goes well in training camp. I look forward to a great fight from you.
Thank you.
Going up against Caleb Plant for his first title opportunity, July 20th on Fox.